this bereaved family our most sincere condolences. As has been said before me, we don't sorrow as those who have no hope, but we do sorrow. We dance, but we do sorrow. We clap our hands, but we still do sorrow. But I'm so thankful that when nothing else can help, there is a praise that ventilates the human soul, that irrigates the very dry places in a wounded heart, that renews our minds and spirits and makes it possible for us to stand things that we thought would be unbearable. And even when the enemy thinks he's got you surrounded, when he thinks he's about to ambush your soul, there's something about a praise that will make a way of escape and bring you out. My wife and I came today because I have known Kenneth Moales for a number of years, even longer than she has. I wasn't, in fact, around 17 years old the first time I heard Kenneth Moales on Aberdeen Street in Columbus, Ohio. I didn't know who he was. He wasn't much taller than the podium they had him behind. And he was not from our Reformation, and the church was packed. And there was an array of bishops sitting behind him. You know, sometimes when you go to other people's Reformations, you go through something. And the brother got to preaching a message that I will never forget. I had never heard such preaching in all of my life. He preached a message called Mastering the Situation. But about halfway through the message, he looked back at the board of presbyteers who could be somewhat stoic at times. And he said, "Go ahead and sit on it. But I don't need children." And when he got to preaching that night, the whole place was on fire. There was nothing to do but call the fire department, the police, and the Internal Revenue, preaching with power and glory. And I was a teenager then. I later became a pastor and invited him to Charleston, West Virginia, where he preached with power and declared revival after revival. I had a Thanksgiving conference, Sister Peggy and I was talking about it the other day with much sacrifice, and she released him to go and wanted him to hurry and get back home in time for dinner, but he came up to preach for us, and I had Dr. Mark Hamby, and you know the eloquence of Dr. Hamby. His tongue is as sharp as a quill, as steady as a scalpel. His mind is as broad as a computer. And he had spoken several days and mesmerized the audience. And I began to think that maybe I made a bad choice because Bishop Moales was a little old school. And I said it might not be the right crowd and the right time to mix this and that together. And I was worried about Bishop Moales because Dr. Hamby had taken us into the upper echelons of glory and into the clouds of theology and brought us down behind the banner of all of the royal diadem and the host of heaven. And I was worried about Bishop Moales. I put Bishop Moales up that night. I was praying for him. And he jumped up and hollered and said, "Everything that you got, come out. Everything in the eye, come out. You want to know what happened? You know, all right. Everything in the eye, come out." And my whole church. Notepads, pencils, papers, all flew up in the air. All the notes went away. People started falling out all over the place. There was an anointing on this man like we will never see again. God will do new things. God will do fresh things. God will do different things. God is still God. But what God did in this man, you will never see it on that order again. We are just blessed to have the opportunity to experience the glory of God in his life. I'm shocked as I sit here today. I'm grieved as I sit here today. I don't understand. Where did the time go? Where did the time go? We know not the day, nor the hour. And I would say to this waiting congregation, if you love someone, tell them now. Is it going to help someone?